Hello students, welcome back to your geography class. This will be your last class before your unit test. You shall be having study leave soon. So just before we break, I think we should do a revision, a very quick revision of the chapter. We'll go over most of the topics, subtopics, and the important points. Of course, it won't be the entire chapter. It's just going to be the chapter at a glance. This is a wonderful mind map. I can give you a suggestion if you can draw it out and put it up visually, you will look at it every day and learn it faster. So we are going to learn, we have already learned about the physical features. In this chapter, you understood the location of the different physiographical divisions of India and their characteristics and their features. This is exactly what you should be learning for your examination. Comparing between the two different physiographical features and also to relate how each physiographical feature complements each other. Three things. One, how these different, first you will learn, concentrate on learning the location of the different physical features and the characteristics of those physical features. Number two, you will learn the comparison between the different physical features. This is another thing you should concentrate on. And number three, how each physical feature complements the other. So we learned about 5 major physiographic divisions: the Himalayan mountains, the Great Northern Plains, the Peninsula Plateau, the Western and the Eastern coastal plains, the Indian islands. In the Himalayan mountains, we know that they are young fold mountains in the northern parts of India. Then there are mountain ranges that run from west to east. Then there are 3 mountain ranges over there. The Himalayas are the loftiest and the most rugged mountain barriers in the entire world. They make an arc that cover a distance of 2,400 kilometers, and the width of Himalayas varies from 400 kilometers in Kashmir up to 150 kilometers in Arunachal Pradesh. Then we saw the 3 divisions of Himalayas. We saw it could be divided in 2 ways, in the longitudinal way and in the regional divisions. In the longitudinal way, there are 3. There is the Greater Himalayas, the Lesser Himalayas, and the Outer Himalayas. Greater Himalayas are also known as Inner Himalayas or Himadri. Lesser Himalayas are also known as Himachal or Middle Himalayas. And the Outer Himalayas are also known as the Shivalik Range. Then we saw the characteristics of each of these. We saw the peaks that are there. We saw if they are snow covered or they are not snow covered, if there are rivers flowing out of them. We saw their width. And then with all this, then we came to the regional divisions. In the regional divisions, we saw 5 regional divisions. One was Kashmir or the Himachal Himalayas. Then we saw the Kumaon Himalayas, that is between Satluj and the Kali River. Then we saw the Nepal Himalayas, that is between Kalil River and the Tista River. We saw the Assam Himalayas, that is between the Tista and the Dilhang rivers. And finally, we saw the Purvanchal range, the Purvanchal Himalayas. Okay, then we learned about the northern plains. We know that the northern plains are formed due to 3 major rivers, the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. You should know the names of their tributaries. Also, the northern plains are divided into 3 sections: the Punjab plain, the Ganga plain, and the Brahmaputra plain. Then we spoke about the peninsular plateau. In the peninsular plateau, you all saw that it consists of 2 divisions, the Deccan Plateau and the Central Highlands. Deccan Plateau is again divided into the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, and the Central Highlands have the Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. We had done a difference between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. So we saw the comparison of the two physical features over here. Then we also learned about the Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Then we went to learn about the Indian desert, the Thar Desert. Okay. And, we know that it lies to the west of the Aravalli Range. It is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes, arid climate with low vegetation cover. It receives 150 or below 150 centimeters of rainfall every year. The region is arid. Streams appear during the rainy season, and there is one large river, that is Luni. Then we even learned about Barchans. Barchans were the crescent-shaped dunes seen near the Jaisalmer over the larger area. Okay, then we spoke about the coastal plains. In coastal plains, we saw the eastern coastal plain and the western coastal plain. Over here also, we had done a comparison and we have done the difference between the two. We know that the eastern coastal plain is divided into two parts, the northern Sarkar and the Coromandel coast. And the western coastal plain is divided into three parts, that is the Konkan coast, the Kannad plains, and the Malabar coast. Then we went to the islands. We learned about the Lakshadweep Islands and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Lakshadweep Islands lie close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. They are a group of small coral islands, and the Kavaratti Island is the administrative headquarter. And in Andaman and Nicobar, we saw that it is big in size. There are numerous of them and they are scattered. And it is an elevated portion of submerged mountains. Okay. So you all will do all the characteristics of the physical features. You all will do the comparisons, that is difference between two physical features. And you all will do how one physical feature complements the other. This question was again discussed with your last class. How do these physical features complement each other? Okay, so with this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, spend time studying industriously, that is with a lot of hard work. Spend your time correctly. You have lots of time in hand now that you are home. Don't lose it. Make constructive use of it. And you all have not a really huge chapter, it's a small chapter of physical features. I have outlined the entire chapter for you. Now you should sit and study it thoroughly. With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning. Best of luck for your examination.